Hey, we are,
Knox Hamilton.
and we are hanging with Rob on Front Row Live.
Washed Up Together. Let's talk about that single. What is this track really about? And most importantly, you guys worked with Tim Pagnotta on this one, someone that I've looked up to over the years. So what was that experience like for you? I don't know. He's a cool dude. I've always loved Sugarcult, and everything he's done has been a masterpiece. And clearly he did that with you guys as well, and that's blowing up.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. We were talking about meeting him today. We went to eat at this place by his studio, and just from the moment we met him, he just always makes us laugh and makes us cry when we have to leave him. But it's a lot of fun to work with him. He co-writes a lot of the stuff, so we always have fun. To answer your previous question, Wash Up Together is just kind of based on like a story. It's like how screenwriters like to write stories, based I guess on real love. But me and my wife have never been like castaways or like thrown overboard on a ship. I wish, but we haven't. So it just kind of like tapped into that. The song has a real nautical vibe to it, so just tapped into that. Once we kind of heard it all come together in the studio, that song's been around for quite a while, but Timmy P puts his stamp on it, and it kind of takes that like nautical, cool like wood blocks on the bridge like kind of thing. So it just took like a really cool like adventure nautical theme.
Did the song really get a big transformation once Tim got his hands on it, or is it still kind of similar to the original?
It's similar. I mean, obviously it's like light years ahead of what it was, but it was similar. Definitely put his mark on the bridge, and even like chorus drums and things like that. I mean, you listen to any demo, and then Tim gets a hold of it. It's like whoa, like we couldn't have done this by ourselves. So, right. Yeah, it same song, but definitely facelift to new heights for sure.
So this song, as you mentioned, it is an older song. So what is it about the song that you guys wanted to bring it out today?
Well, it's kind of, once you get into this like realm, it's kind of you listen to other people, and plenty of people heard it and they were like, that should be the one that gets some more attention, and let's do a video and let's release it and see if it sticks, and it's doing pretty good so far.
Now jumping into the video, what was that experience like? The video is awesome. It's something so simple, but yet I don't know. It says a lot. What was that production like going in to shoot the music video?
We got to work with Titanic Sinclair, who's out of LA, and he's just super cool, man. And he's the one that came up with the idea, and just obviously being suctioned like that was super weird at first, but it was really cool.
It was one of those things where we got like I'd say 20 treatments like from different directors, because we were kind of drawing blanks. We're not, I guess, great creative people. I don't know why we're in a band, but yeah, we got this, and we were all kind of like, yeah, that sounds weird, and then Taylor was like, this will really grab some attention, so yeah, it's just like one of those things where like, if this doesn't hold your attention, like at least for the 3 minutes of the video, I don't know what will. So just imagining it was something, and then seeing it executed was just, it was pretty cool. You laughed like while you're watching your friends, like you were just like laughing the entire time, and then once it started happening to you, you're just like, this is not really funny. This is getting pretty real. So but it was fun. It was different. It was a different experience. Yeah.
Out of the four of you, who was the one that panicked the most when he was
Taylor,
under that?
Only the first time.
He's
after one, it was good.
Yeah.
It was just that initial time. It's like
there was a lot of psych up time for Taylor, like backstage or whatever. He was definitely getting pumped. He was like, all right, come on, I gotta psych myself up for this one.
It's not my fault.
This is a one-off single. It's not on the previous EP, right? So is this something that we can expect maybe on a debut album, or is this just a one-off single and then you guys are still working on a record?
Yeah, the album is done. The full length is done. We're just waiting to right time to get it out there. Washed Up Together will certainly be on the album. So
can we talk a little bit more about the album as far as production? Are we having Tim on this whole production, or Tim only worked on the single?
Tim did about, I'd say, 50% of the songs on the album. So the other we did with a producer named Evan Peters, also out of L.A. Worked with him at Capitol and Virgin Records, and yeah, he killed it. We went to El Paso, Texas, and recorded at Sonic Ranch for about a week right before Christmas, and just knocked out like 8 songs in 6 days. And it doesn't sound like it either. It sounds like we took our time. It sounds really good. So we're I was just listening to the record for the first time in like months the other day right before we left for LA, and I was just like super excited for people to hear it. So we're pretty proud of it.
Now, going into this record, you already had experience being in the studio before with the EP. So how different was it this time around for you guys?
Man, I don't know. This El Paso experience was just, because we were there, we did 8 songs in like 6 days. So, I mean, it was just like 10-hour days, 12-hour days of just, craziness. Whereas some of the EPs we'd put out, we had a little bit more time to like work with the songs and stuff. Like months. But it was fun. I mean, it was a challenge, and I think we were all up for it. We're proud of these songs and excited about them. So,
the producer, he mentioned Evan Peters. He's not classically trained, is he? But he's super good at drums. Yeah. So whenever I do something, he'd be like, you can do a little bit better, because he could do better. Yeah. So it was like, that was definitely challenging.
We had never recorded with like that good of a drummer. Yeah. So, obviously Kobo's the best drummer we know, and Evan, if you're watching, you're not that much better than Kobo. But anyway, it was funny to see Evan and Kobo kind of butt heads a little bit. That was always fun. So he can't play guitar, so he didn't know if I was sucking or not. So it was fun.
So take me into the studio with you guys. What would I have experienced if I was there those 6 days with you guys?
If you go to Sonic Ranch, you will have the best authentic Mexican food you've ever had in your life. And that was the single greatest experience of recording our first debut album. But seriously, the food was amazing. Yeah. It was a really cool environment. But in the studio with Knox Hamilton, you'll get a lot of professionalism, a lot of classically trained musicians, a lot of talking of measures and phrases and bars. Right. Just musical theory. That's So.
And do you guys have like a process that you guys work each song with, or does it vary with each song, the way you guys write the lyrics or the production or whatnot?
Every song varies, but it's mostly I will bring like a pretty much formed idea of a song to the band. I'll bring a song to the band, and then we'll do like our own like kind of touches to it, like bass lines and drum beats if the drum beats are sloppy or don't match, or and I pretty much, me and Drew are always collaborating on lead guitar parts and synth parts, things like that. But yeah, it's pretty much like I'll bring most of the songs to the table, and then it'll kind of get that Knox Hamilton like feel to it once the guys like put their hands on it.
With Washed Up, is it similar to the album as far as the sound and the style of music that you guys will be doing? Is it going to vary a little bit? Like, what can we expect?
Washed Up was a good transition between the EP and some of the new songs that we've been working on, that are a little bit more just, we say...
You've been practicing that answer.
I have. We say butt rock. I don't know if that's an actual type of rock.
We're going to go stadium rock.
Stadium rock. Garage rock, maybe. But, yeah, Washed Up's a good mix. It's a good, like, halfway point. Washed Up Together. It's a good halfway.
Now, on the previous EP, there was a song, Set It On Fire. Definitely a fun song on there. Is that something we can expect on this record as well, just like you were mentioning?
Yeah, it'll be on there. The EP, can we say this? We can say this. The EP will be on the album. So those songs that were on the EP will be on the album. So we thought they were good enough to make the cut for the full length. So
how's the EP been doing for you guys so far? You guys are still relatively like a fresh band to all the audience out there. So how's that EP been doing?
The EP tanked, but we think the album will do really well.
Do you think it was timing?
I really do. The EP did fine. But we were in a really weird like label transition period when we put that out. It was I think right before Halloween and all the records around that time. Anyway, bunch of reasons, bunch of factors, but we're excited to put the album out in a timely manner that makes sense for us and our label, and for music lovers all over. Really, we have some cool stuff coming for the fall. So.
And with that timely matter, do you guys have like a set date already for the album, or is that something that it's still, you guys are still bouncing it around?
We have a neighborhood. We have a ballpark. We kind of, we know, but we want to make sure that our timing is right. We don't know if the label will let us tell you. That's just kind of how it is.
I will say the album is real for all the people who are asking, and it is going to come out at some point. But it did happen. It's real.
Now you mentioned a new label. So how did this new label approach you guys? How did this whole thing happen?
It's kind of the same label, same umbrella, just personnel, things like that. It was just, it's like it's all inside baseball talk, but just like with the EP, it was just some different like personnel things happening. I think every band goes through it. It's not a big deal. It's no drama or anything, but it was just this album will be with like the permanent team, and it's a better situation. It's like it's just kind of happened organically, and we got our stuff ironed out, and we're good to go.
Now, lastly, what's so different about Knox Hamilton from any other band out there?
I feel like we approach things a little bit differently. Like, we've all loved music and played for a long time, and none of us are like brilliant musicians, but something happens when we come together, and we think it's kind of special. We like sharing it with our Hamilton.